So familiarity breeds contempt, or so I'm told. You know, when you live in the same place and you kind of see the same things over and over, you start to forget the good things and you start to focus on the bad things. And this is, you know, goes for everything. Relationships, life in general, food, you know, your favorite restaurant, go there all the time, you enjoy certain parts, but then certain things start to piss you off and annoy you. And it gets like that here in China sometimes. And that's why it's always good to escape from your familiar surroundings and just get out there and have an adventure and remind yourself from time to time exactly why it is that you fell in love with the country in the first place. So I have some excellent news for all of you guys out there. Those of you who enjoy watching my videos, yes, you get to see my everyday sort of topics I like to cover, social issues I like to cover, daily life here in China, and I try to explain to you guys, you know, what to expect if you come to China. And at least to the best of my ability, I try to explain to you sort of what goes on here in China and why Chinese people and society behaves in the way that it does. So for those of you with an adventurous spirit who want to get away from the cities that you always see in my videos, you know, the urban scenes, the people, the crowds, the seemingly sort of very monocultural sort of thing that you see in the cities, because I'll be completely honest with you, one Chinese city is very similar to another Chinese city. It doesn't matter where you go in the country. Not a lot actually changes. You know, the signs kind of look the same, a lot of the buildings look the same, the fashions are very similar, and you know, the way people behave in the cities is of course very similar. But if you wanted to get away from that and see some really spectacular parts of China, spectacular views, different cultures, minorities, that kind of thing, and you just wanted to get away for a massive adventure, well, there is that option too. And there are two ways you could do this. Number one, you could pop over to ADV China, my second channel, where every second week we kind of do this thing where 1 week we do kind of similar to what I'm doing now. Walk around on the streets, get together and do something off the bikes. I'm talking about me and my friend Seamilk. And then every second week we actually get on our motorcycles and go ride out somewhere, and it's kind of an adventure talk show on two wheels. But if you really, really wanted the adventure, you really wanted to escape it all and see things really in a different light, then you could go a level up and go and see our documentaries. Hello. I bet you he wants to see our documentaries. So yeah, you could go and see our documentaries, which are Conquering Southern China and Conquering Northern China. It's live now, guys. Conquering Northern China is fantastic. It's all about our trips through the north of China, and it's very different to what I do because it was shot by other people, two of my friends, actually professional filmmakers, so the quality is, you know, a huge step up. So it's actually shot in a professional sort of documentary style, shot with some of the best cameras on the market in 4K with fantastic drone footage. Sorry, bus's brakes need fixing. With fantastic drone footage, and of course there you really get to see us interacting with the sort of rural people out in the middle of nowhere in Inner Mongolia and on the border of Russia and the border of North Korea, and you get to see some pretty fantastic stuff. And it is different to our ADV China stuff, because ADV China we're on the bikes talking all the time. In this one, most of our time is spent kind of off the bikes, talking to people, seeing what people do, trying interesting food, you know, and just having quite the time. So I wanted to invite all of you guys who want to take a break from my usual sort of videos to go on over and take a look. Hello, little kid. Because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised as to how good it really is. And I think it'll be a very nice little Christmas gift for someone perhaps, because it will give somebody insight into China that they had no idea was there. You know, parts of China that I don't think anyone's ever seen before. I say this all the time, but it's actually true, because, you know, we go off the beaten path and we do some pretty spectacular things. So there is a discount code for all of you guys out there who would like to go and purchase it. The discount code is Stay Awesome, all in capital letters, and of course the links are below. I can promise you that it's an incredibly positive and uplifting adventure. I know a lot of my videos can be kind of down and a bit negative when I'm discussing some of the social issues which are facing China at the moment, which are of course not very nice or desirable. But this is all about showing the good stuff. And this is, like I said, very positive. And so I can heartily recommend it for anyone. So if I haven't managed to convince you to go and buy it using my very thinly veiled advert over here, I'm going to give you the opportunity to, well, see it for free. And this unfortunately only applies to people in America, but we're going to be having like a screening / premiere in LA, in Los Angeles, on the 13th of January. And I'm going to be giving away a ticket. Of course, if you happen to live in LA, this is perfect. If you don't live in LA, it's probably not worth entering because the tickets are only sort of, I think they're $13 or $14. But let me explain to you what the situation is, because it's kind of cool. C-Milk and I are going to be showing, because it's a 2-hour screening, and you know the entire series is longer than 2 hours. Obviously, it's 4 episodes of sort of I think they're 45-50 minutes each. So we're going to be cutting out sort of the highlights, our highlights of the show, and we're going to be having almost like a discussion Q&A type thing where we're going to show entire segments of the show, and then we're going to talk about it and tell you guys about some of our experiences and take questions, that kind of thing. And then we'll continue by showing the next segment and so on until the 2 hours is up. And of course we'll be hanging around afterwards for more questions and things like that. So it's going to be quite a fun event. I think it's going to be a lot of fun for us to meet you guys, interact with you guys, and hopefully answer some of those questions, because a lot, you know, was cut out of the show because we just didn't make it because we didn't have time, or it was too politically sensitive or whatever. So we can kind of have a no holds barred open discussion and fill you in on exactly what went down during this awesome trip and journey of ours. So if you want to enter for that free ticket to the event, very simple. All you need to do is down below in the comments basically write "Stay Awesome" in capitals. I'll choose randomly somebody who wrote "Stay Awesome," and I'll make an announcement in my next video as to who the winner is, and you know, we can take it from there. So if you don't win, you're more than welcome to come. There are links to the screening down below. There are still some tickets left, but I don't expect they're going to be there forever. So please book if you do plan, if you do live in the LA area and you have nothing to do on the evening of the 13th of January. We would absolutely love to see you there, so please make the effort. That's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I could go on about how proud I am that conquering northern China was, well, successful. You have no idea how difficult it was to actually pull off. But I'm more proud of the fact that it's my viewers and my supporters and the people that backed us on Kickstarter that actually helped make this happen, that actually made this happen. That's what I'm really proud of. I'm so proud that together we've managed to make this incredibly unique travel documentary, which will show people the best bits of China that they've never seen before. And it's something that hasn't been done before, ever. A lot of the stuff we covered, a lot of the places we went, and the method in which we did it, like I said, has never been done before. So it's a world first. And it's because of you guys, the guys who watch my videos, the guys who watch the ADV China videos, the people who support myself and my friend C-Milk. It's because of you guys that this was possible. And that's what makes it so special. And that's why I can recommend it to absolutely anyone, because at the end of the day, when you go and watch it, you'll see, although admittedly, I think the first episode starts off a bit slowly, the rest picks up, and you get to see an adventure like no other. So anyway, I'm going on and on. You know, it's kind of like a proud father talking about how well his son is doing in school or some crap like that. So I'm going to shut up now, and I'm going to say goodbye to all of you until next time. And as always, you know the drill. Stay awesome.
And also right behind us is the biggest Matryoshka doll in the entire world.
It's kind of like if you go to America and you see signs that say the biggest coyote in the world, and they've got a statue of a coyote that someone built in about a day in their backyard.
To be fair, a coyote is a living animal, and this is just a doll.
Yeah.
Just a giant version of a doll.